However, there's this part of me, though, that I'm raised in a Caribbean household.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was raised in the Caribbean, born and raised in Trinidad and Tobago.
Let's go.
Where our youth groups and our church services, we were able to see, demons being cast out on a regular. That is not something that was like taboo for us. We know the witch in the community. We know the Obia man is what we call them, the voodoo doctor. So we have seen certain things that kind of have, I think, informed a lot of the things that we do and don't do, right? So then moving to America and seeing people line up to go see Harry Potter or seeing... I'm trying to think of other things like the idea of, seeing kids dress as witches, right? October 31st, things like that has always been super...
She won't even say the word Halloween, bro.
No, Halloween, okay, like Halloween. I can say it, Halloween. Nah, but like has been really confusing for me. If I'm gonna keep it a buck, like I'm like, this don't make no sense because I know when I grew up, Shorty was a real witch, right? Like really worshiping the devil. But y'all wanna walk around imitating what you believe a witch looks like. Right. It don't make no sense to me. And for me, I'm like, I'm not afraid. Now, don't get me wrong. That's where I don't go too far. I'm like, I'm not afraid. I know who I am. I know whose I am. I know who lives inside of me. Like, I know I got power, that type of thing, authority. But at the same time, I'm not going to dress up like a witch. I'm just not going to do it because I get it. I know that world very intimately.
Absolutely.
So there's that for me as well. And I still don't believe that my conviction is a divide between sacred and secular. Yeah. My conviction comes out of my lived experience and an awareness of the principalities, the powers, the fact that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, that type of thing. So I love this. And I bangs with it, but then there's this lived experience that I come out of.
No, I love that, sis. I'm so grateful for you. Like, you brought that up because I think, one, like, especially Americanized church, we pendulum. So it's either we love all of it or we hate all of it.
It's
we do it to our pastors, we do it to our artists. Like, I know a bunch of folks right now who refuse to call themselves Christian artists simply because they're like, if they find out that I'm human, they'll throw me away.
Absolutely.
Right? So what I love about what you're saying is like, there are like witches and warlocks and like spirits that are against the will of God, that are intimately passionate about tearing down the kingdom of God through the people of God. That's real. What I'm talking about is when we turn what could be beautiful into something demonic because we don't want to learn something new. What I'm talking about is this refusal to be incarnational. You don't get Jesus's product without Jesus's process. Jesus wraps himself in flesh, immerses himself in culture, is born and raised in the hood, and then like walks in and amongst the people that he's trying to love and save.
Absolutely.
What I'm saying is that church culture and the leaders that be have just decided what is holy and what is not, who is holy and who is not. When in actuality, like, I think they're just projecting their preferences. I think it's significant to me that that God comes to Jonah, says, go preach to Nineveh. And he's like, no. And doesn't just run anywhere.
Yeah.
He runs toward Tarshish, which is like the blacksmith town,
right,
where they make idols. Like, that's their business. And I love that the text says, it didn't just say, and he went to Tarshish. It says, and he tried to flee the face of the Lord. And I'm like, yo, so there is a community, an ecosystem that thrives outside of the holy things of God. Absolutely. What I'm talking about, though, is when you then take that and you lay it on people that you just don't like. And then you lay that on people that you just have not chosen to understand. So case in point, I just got the chance to preach at WonderCon in Anaheim. So I'm in this room, it's 150 nerds. If you've never preached to a room and half of them are dressed like Spider-Man, like,
what are you even doing? You know what I mean?
You're missing out. Yeah. So tons of folks will go, how could you use Marvel and superheroes and video games to connect people? That's not holy. That's not the will of God. Look at the type of games that they make. And it's like, so you're going to take Grand Theft Auto and make it all games. So because of Grand Theft Auto, I can't play Pong.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just like, we're being silly. But I stand in front of these people, and because I believe in incarnational ministry, I walk with and amongst these people who all of them would love for their church to see them, but simply because they go to a convention and read comic books, people go, "Oh, you're not suitable for leadership."
Yeah.
That's the harm of this. I'm not telling folks that everybody gotta like Harry Potter and everybody gotta like X-Men or video games. Yeah. What I am saying is we need to be careful that our preferences aren't walls.
Yeah.
We need to be careful that the preferences and the rules or whatever we have aren't just like obstacle courses that are not just keeping people out, but keeping people from being close. Anything that I hold close that keeps other people, that pushes other folks away, that's not a table, is probably a guillotine. And that's just not it.